Hi, Dave Kites here in the OTOW Woodshop. Make a short video this evening to tell you about our new lathe arrangement. We bought a new MIDI lathe, the Jet 1221, and we were going to replace the mini lathe that's over there on the wall, but we decided we could rearrange things and get them all in. So now we have 5 lathes in the shop. In order to fit this new MIDI lathe here, we took all the other lathes that were along this wall and we moved them down to the right. Took the grinding box that was in between these last 2 lathes and moved it over to this other end of the shop, over here by the chip collector for the planer. And then we put the mini lathe, the one that the pen turners use, we put that over against the wall over there by the entranceway and shortened that little table that was over there and wasn't used for much of anything anyways. So we did all of that. And then we upgraded the lights from the old fluorescents to LED lights, and we've got one over each lathe, and we will have one over the mini lathe too when we get done. We're not completely done with everything on this arrangement, but all the lathes are in use now. They're serviceable, so you can come down and use it. We only got that way a day ago, so nobody has actually used the new Jet lathe yet. So anyway, but this is one of the new lights, and it gives very good light. I measured the lux on the bed of the lathe, and this is 3 times as much light as we had with the old fluorescents, so it really made a big difference. It's a nice white light, and it's not glary because it's got a diffuser, so it's a good lamp. So we've got those in place, and we moved the lathes down. I'm going to fix up the back stops a little bit better, and a few other things, but they're all in service again, and you can use them. Now, I did want to show some new things about this Jet. New lathe has some features that are a little bit different than the traditional things, just a couple. Okay, now very quickly on the new MIDI lathe here. The tailstock is all typical standard traditional stuff. The controls are here. This is the pot for the variable speed. This is the on-off switch, the digital readout. This is the forward and reverse switch. Down is forward and up is reverse. Over here, to change, the banjo is standard, but I've got a better one on order. This came with a banjo that has a 5/8 diameter post. I think that's too flimsy. It vibrates, and so I have a banjo coming that has a 1-inch post like our other lathes do, except of course the Mini has a 5/8, but the other ones all have 1. So we're going to get that upgraded, but this will work in between. Now, to change the belt and speed on this machine, 60 to 900, 110 to 1800, 220 to 3600. It's got a good wide speed range, 3 different settings. Okay, so underneath here, there's a lever. It's spring-loaded. You pull that forward, and now this handle goes up and down and loosens or tightens the tension on the belt. So you can move it over up here, and then reach in here and move it over to the bottom one, and then push down on the handle and let go of the spring. Now, I don't have to hold the spring all the time. I can spring it, lift it up, make it loose, change the belt, it's staying loose, then come back, pull the handle over, push it down, make it tight, let it go, it's tight, and we're done. Much better than the old twist, pull, twist, pull, twist, pull. So that's really the only things that are different about it. The spindle lock is a little button in the back here, and this one is spring-loaded. You hold it in, and it locks the spindle. Let go, it springs out automatically. This is for indexing. You turn this till you get to one of the holes, hold it in, and you're indexed. If you screw this in, it stays in. So if you needed the spindle lock for a long time, you could do that. But if you do it, please remember to unscrew it and let it come back out and make sure this turns freely before you leave. If you don't, we're going to tear up the belts, put a big strain on the motor, bad scene. You have to remember to be sure the spindle is free when you leave the lathe. Okay, so much for our new lathe, the lights and so on. So the lathes are all usable, as I said before, so have at it. And let me know if there's something that we need or something that doesn't suit you.